Now you're all probably sitting around just relaxing after the big game. But you know all that food you just jammed down your throat while watching that Super Bowl? You're not going to believe how much physical activity you have to exert to burn off that junk food. Potato chips, just 2 handfuls, you'd have to run 45 football fields to burn those off. And just a handful of Doritos would cost you 43 touchdown dances. Now, I'm sure chances are you've had one of these while you're watching the big game. Now, if you had 4 of these frosty beverages, you'd have to run these stadium steps for over an hour. Chex Mix, a personal favorite, just 2 handfuls, and you'd have to cheer for your favorite team for 30 minutes. And that is a Denver touchdown. To burn off just 5 of these pretzels, you'd have to hang out in the parking lot and search for your car for 15 minutes. I'll tell you what, Ralphie, you're in a lot better shape than I thought you were. In Boulder, Phil Aldridge, 7 News. You know, the game going on inside Coors Field is almost secondary because outside, it's the social event of the year, and the party begins and ends on a certain rooftop in lower downtown. Opening day 2007, Denver, Colorado. The second best place to be today is here on the deck at Lodo's. Let's check out some of the atmosphere. Folks, finish this sentence for me. Opening day is?
Opening day is America.
And what are you drinking there?
I'm drinking a Coors Light.
You realize what time it is? It's 11:28, Steve.
Not in Chicago.
I have found the prettiest ladies on the rooftop of Lodo's. Ladies,
yes.
If you could do me a favor, finish this sentence. Opening day is?
Should be a holiday.
I agree.
Sir, we have a problem here on the deck. Coors Field, not Bud Light Field. What's up?
Bud Light, he bought it for me. It was free. That's all I got to say. 3, 2, 1.
Should opening day be an unofficial national holiday?
Definitely in Colorado, for sure, without question.
Opening day should be a national holiday.
Sweet! Be adapt.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball game.
Your singing was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Geez, I love those 2 ladies. Well, if you haven't noticed, I'm sporting the colors of the Asheville Tourist, single-A farm club of the Colorado Rockies based in North Carolina. Famous alumni Todd Helton, Matt Holliday, Jeff Francis, and Kevin Costner. You remember the movie Bull Durham? He hit his final minor league home run in an Asheville Tourist uniform. There you go, Lionel. Trivia you'll get nowhere else. What began as the only competitive outlet for the Rebels and Renegades on the mountain, the Winter X Games has evolved into the premier event for alternative sports like snowboarding.
I was kind of blown away the first X Games I came to. You know, it does get a little bit bigger every year, and they do a little bit better job covering it every year, and riding gets a little bit better every year.
For the past 10 years, the X Games has provided the biggest stage for these unique athletes to compete on. But now the Olympics are in the mix. So which means more to these guys? An X Game gold or an Olympic gold?
You know, it depends. I mean, you get a lot more perks with the gold medal from the Olympics, that's for sure.
Probably the Olympics. I mean, it's a little harder one to get into, but the X Games is a great event in tier for us every year, so it's one of the best.
You know, winning a gold medal, the Olympics, is bigger. You know, I mean, that's like international, you know, recognition. Way more people, I think, tune in because it is the Olympics, and so many people, say, down in Texas who might not really snowboarding much. The Olympics kind of brings it to the door.
But with all that Olympic attention, there is a price to be paid.
Sometimes it kind of feels like the Olympics just kind of put it in there because for ratings. So, I mean, they don't exactly get it, and you know, they're not really for riders by riders. And the X Games is, you know, it's kind of our big competition every year. But Olympics are great. I mean, it's just, this is more pure to the sport.
Luckily, like the riders who have been going to the Olympics, such as Cass, such as like, you know, even White, you know, they have enough like core credibility. They're good kids, but they're also, you know, punk rockers at heart.
In Aspen, Phil Aldridge for Sunday Sports Extra.
We'd now like to unveil the Furniture Row Racing's 2007 NASCAR Nextel Cup car, number 78.
It's year 2 of the Furniture Row Racing team, and the boys are getting ready for Daytona.
We learned so much last year, you know, and we're just ready to get going this year. It's all new. We got a lot of new things at the race team, you know, a lot of new employees from the East Coast. So I think we're better than we were last year. Now we just got to go get on the racetrack.
I'd like to introduce Mr. Kenny Wallace.
NASCAR veteran Kenny Wallace is back behind the wheel. So is Joe Garone. He'll manage the team this season. And they've brought in a new crew chief from North Carolina.
This team has, you know, unlimited potential, and with racing so much on the West Coast anymore, being in Colorado is not that big a deal.
Guy is just one of 5 new additions to this year's team, and they've purchased new equipment for the shop as well. That is sure to make the number 78 more competitive in 007.
We do have a different outlook now. We expect to qualify for the races. If we miss a race, it's not going to be that we think we should miss a race. We plan on making all the races. And when we're in the races, we plan on being a lot more competitive.
You know, I tell everybody, hey, look, we need to gain 300%. We gain 100% just from the off-season hirings. You know, we have new talent in the race shop. So this year, you know, our goal is to make sure we're in the top 35 in the points. That guarantees us a starting spot every week.
The future is still unknown, but one thing is for sure. Kenny will always have a sense of humor.
Phil, what are you doing? We get 250 grand for stickers those size. You need to pay up, buddy.
250. I saw the other stickers. I thought it'd be cool.
Oh, so you think since you see other stickers, you start putting stickers all over my race car?
I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm out of here. Hey, you can't blame a guy for trying. In Denver, Phil Aldridge, 7 Sports.
You get to hang out with your friends, and you also get to do a really unique sport.
You can learn lots of tricks, and you could have fun.
Personally, it's an addicting sport. Once you try it, it's hard to put down, which you will find out today.
Since its invention in the late 19th century, riders of the oft-misunderstood unicycle have heard it all.
Some of our answers, this is a recession model. Who needs training wheels? Girls only need one tire.
But the members of the Boulder Unicycle Club are a pretty tough bunch. And they know the non-believers are just jealous of their unique skills.
They want to learn how to ride a unicycle and be exactly like me.
Well, sometimes I'm just riding down the street and they say, whoa, look at her, she's so cool. And it's so cool because little 3-year-olds are just like staring at me.
And that's fun.
Yeah, it's sort of cool.
The club is a diverse group, about 45 members, ranging in age from 5 to 53 years. And the riders don't just pedal down the street. They play hockey, off-road in the mountains, and hop. It's especially beneficial for the younger members.
It really helps you a lot, and it's going to take hard work to get to be able to do it, but I just say it's really fun.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, definitely.
And then it was my turn. Let's see if I still remember how to do this after 25 years. Oh, from the mouths of babes.
I have Sergio. I just have a lot. They're hard to read.
I think golfers, we were talking, are so much more personable than all the other major sports. Baseball players, some of them sign, but nothing like this. All the top guys are taking time for the kids. I think it's awesome.
Ernie Els, Retief Goosen, players all over.
Who is the nicest golfer that you met that signed your flag today? Do you remember his name?
Sergio.
Sergio, the guy that was by? He's a pretty big star, isn't he?
Uh-huh. Thank you. You got Sergio.
Can you tell me who you have on your flag there, who autographed your flag?
Right here, Ben.
Who is Ben?
I don't know. I've met a lot of nice ones, but I'd have to say Davis.
Davis Love III?
Yeah.
Have there been any guys that haven't been so nice and may have blown you off?
Yeah.
Any names?
No.
It's really cool. I look up to these guys since I was 7, and it's really cool to meet them.
How old are you now?
I'm 15.
15. 8 years.
Yep.
What is the most fun about getting these autographs from these professional golfers?
You just know that they're really good and you look up to them.
Shin guards, old enough to vote. Shoulder pads, old enough to drink.
Throughout practice, might be a drill or two where you can just, pass the puck.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's my big chance, a tryout with the DU Pioneers, one of the top college hockey teams in America.
For those of you who don't recall what I told you in the locker room, this is Phil. Phil's from Channel 7. He's going to participate with us a little bit.
And like the new kid at school, everybody wanted to know my story. I told freshman Rhett Rockshani that I was recruited by Coach Gwozdecki in 1981.
Go to that net, Phil. Go to that net, Phil. Jeez. What the hell was that? Come on, Aldridge, get your head in the game here.
I don't think the coach is too impressed. I better try harder to keep up with these boys. Who put that puck there? Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Brandon Vosberg got a kick out of that one.
I guess I should have warned you, Coach. I'm old school. Like one room old school.
Well, that's, I guess I'm considered old school as well. So we old school guys got to stick together.
You got it, Coach. You know I'm here for you.
All right, Phil. Good job, Phil. Hell of a play.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
I think we got ourselves a diamond in the rough. I just coached Coach Lalonde. We got to clear him through all the compliance issues and have him ready for this weekend.
Easy, Coach. Don't get too crazy, even though I still have eligibility left.
Well, Phil, you've probably heard this before. Stick to your day job. Well, you did a nice job. I mean, considering the fact that, you probably haven't played at this level in the past, I think maybe a few more days of practice and we can maybe get you in the lineup. Maybe not this weekend against the Gophers, but maybe a couple weekends from now.
Well, I hope I didn't tarnish your reputation with a Denver name across my jersey.
No, you did a nice job, really. We appreciate your effort. We appreciate your discipline. You didn't take your stick to anybody, and that's we're still healthy.
You're very political, Coach. What you're trying to say is go back to that 40 and over beer leg and get out of my face.
You got that right. That's exactly right.
When you think of a treadmill, you probably think of something like this.
Skates out and back. Here we go.
So what in the world is this thing?
This is called the Prepare Hockey Treadmill.
It's the only one of its kind in the state of Colorado, and the secret component that makes it work can be found right in your kitchen.
This is plastic cutting board-like material is what it is, and there's 82 of these slats that fit on this belt that travel around and flatten out and make a surface very similar to skating on ice.
And that's what makes the hockey treadmill unique. An athlete can use his own steel blade ice skates during training.
It's just a lot different than real ice, since it's, well, not real ice, but it's just a lot different feeling, but it's still the same skating and everything.
What's your heart rate at there, Luke?
Since you're staying still, the coaches can evaluate your skating better, so, it helps me as a hockey player to be faster.
Rest. What we do a lot of times is invite them here to see it, because it is hard to believe that you could actually skate on this with your ice skates.
Now we've heard from the expert, Nick. We've talked to a couple of the kids who had this down pat. What about a Joe six-pack? Can he survive on this thing? How am I doing, Nick? This really works your legs just gliding.
Then we can check your heart rate, too. And
oh,
see
gee whiz.
165. That's not too bad. We look for
where should it be?
5% of your max heart rate. So in your case, we're probably looking at about 195 is probably your max heart rate.
195. In Fort Collins, just trying to stay alive. This is Phil Aldridge for Sunday Sports Extra.